Yo, what's good everyone? It's Jeff Patello here with another fight prediction. Today we're going to be talking about Bellator 240. From my initial outlook on this fight card, it looks like I'm going to rate this a 4.5 out of 5. Needs to say I'm not familiar with most of these fighters, but with the research that I have been doing over the past day, I am led to believe that this is going to be a pretty stacked card. It's going to be an entertaining main card. I think we're going to have a lot of even fights here. There's nothing that's too lopsided, and it should be a hell of a good card. That's for sure. Anyways, let's get to some fight predictions. All right, so our first event of the night is going to be Oliver Eckkamp versus Lewis Long. Eckkamp is a karate style fighter with some submission skills. He's going to be looking to utilize his striking ability, I think, in this fight against Lewis. Lewis has got a little bit experience over Oliver. Both these guys check in at the same height. Both these guys striking are pretty decent. I think Lewis, though, is going to be looking to take this to the ground and look for one of his submissions. This will be an interesting one. This is probably one of those fights, more so on this card, is more of a stylistic fight. We've got, your classic submission fighter versus your karate fighter. Though Eckkamp's record will show that he has got more submission wins than he does KO wins, but we'll see exactly how this one plays out. I think this one is going to go the distance, and I'm going to give it to Lewis Long. I'm going to say that he's going to take this fight to the ground and control Oliver for the majority of it. Possibly we'll see a submission, but we'll see. All right, our second fight is against Ricky Diaz versus Franz Malombo. Malombo is fighting out of Conor McGregor's camp, SBG Ireland. So the boy's got some skills. He is a professional kickboxer and a boxer as well. So the man's got some abilities to knock people out. For me, this is going to be the fight of the card. These guys are going to be landing some bombs. Ricky Diaz is no slouch himself. He's got quite a few knockout victories. He's a young little kid. He's got some great hands, some great takedown defense. He's got some great takedowns as well. This is going to be an interesting one. I could see if Ricky gets into trouble, he'll probably look to take this fight to the ground. But there's probably, I'm going to say probably someone's going to sleep in this one. That's for sure. Malombo, sorry, my bad. Malombo has also got a fair bit of submission skills as well. He's gotten 3 submissions in his young MMA career, so he's definitely no slouch if Ricky does decide to take this to the ground. However, I am looking for somebody to get the knockout here. I'm going to put my money behind Diaz. Our third fight of the night is against Alana Kilulu versus Becca Rawlings. As some of you are, well, as most of you are well aware, Becca Rawlings has got a, a less than stellar MMA record. She's currently sitting at 7-9, but I'm a big fan of Becca. Becca comes out and she's always looking to strike, you know what I mean? She's always looking for a knockout. Former bare knuckle boxing champions, so she's got some great hand skills. Alana, on the other hand, I haven't seen too much on her. I do remember watching her fight Brunella, and I have to say she wasn't too impressive in that fight. Now, she's still very, very young in her MMA career, and she herself is just very young as well. So I'm looking for big improvements from her. Her current record is 7-3. She has got 4 KO victories, 1 submission victory, right? So I'm looking for this fight to stay standing on the ground. I don't know if Becca has got the kickboxing skills to deal with Alana, But at the same time too, I don't know if Alana can handle the power that Becca presents. But I do remember from the Bruna Ella fight from Alana was that she always seemed to be a little bit on the hesitant side. She wasn't the first to strike, you know. She was maybe looking for the counter, and it kind of got her into trouble. She fell behind pretty early on in that fight. I'm gonna go and say that Becca Rawlings is gonna come out like a shotgun in this one, and is gonna be looking to put Alana down pretty quick. I'm gonna say Becca Rawlings with the KO victory here. She's in sorely desperate need to get back on the victory column. In fact, both these women are both coming off of L's in their both matches here. But I'm going to say Becca Rawlings for the win here. All right, so for our co-main event, we've got Kiefer, Sorby, another member of the SBG Ireland, and Imac Furtado. This is going to be a stand-up brawl. From what I've seen, Kiefer has got well, both these men have got phenomenal striking ability, but I think what's going to be the difference here is Kiefer's ability to take people down to the ground. Furtado is primarily a kickboxer. He's got some good KOs, but he is susceptible to submissions. He's got 2 losses via submissions, and you know, if things go wrong for Kiefer in the stand-up game, you're definitely going to see him transition from a stand-up fight to a ground fight, and that is where I think Furtado will end up being a little bit overwhelmed and possibly get into trouble here. I am going to say Kiefer is going to win via submission. I'm probably going to say either second or third round. As IMAX starts to gas out, I think it'll get into trouble. He'll start to get into some troubles here. All right, so for our main event, we have got Brent Primus versus Chris Bungarden. Both these guys are submission specialists. I think this is probably going to be the least fan-friendly fight that we've got for the night. I am going to go with Primus for the win, solely based off the fact that he has fought against a guy like Michael Chandler, so he knows what it's like to fight guys who are like up in the upper echelons, even though that Chris is sporting a much more well, he's got more fights under his belt than Brent. He hasn't fought the quality of fighters that Brent has. Brent has gone and faced Michael Chandler twice. He won in their first matchup, the doctor stoppage. He chopped out his leg pretty good, and then fortunately in their rematch he lost. But when you fight top guys like that, it helps develop your game. Win, lose, regardless, you're going to become much better from and fighting a guy like that. That's the only reason that my money is behind Brent. Say Brent via the decision, I think, here. All right, as always, thank you very much. Appreciate any comments. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys agree with me. Let me know if I've got it all wrong. Anyways, as always, thank you very much. Appreciate all the support. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and stay up to date with what we've got going on here, folks. All right, peace out. Much love. Mwah.